Hello and welcome inside the Panther Athletic Complex here at Elder High School, just outside Cincinnati, Ohio, as the Joes hit the road for their final game before the off day, taking on the Cincinnati Steam in another crucial battle as we continue to work things out in what has been a really tightly packed GLSCL South here as we're getting into the final few weeks of the season. Luke Westploy joined by Blake Griffin alongside Blake. Joe's probably with their best game they've played over the course of this losing streak yesterday. Came back in that ninth inning, but just an unfortunate result as they lost in the tiebreak yesterday to Licking County.
Yeah, we can kind of just circle just timely hitting being one of the main issues on that one as we get national anthem. We'll be right back.
We'll take a quick pause. We'll have lineups and more when we come back. Joes and Steam right here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Back inside the broadcast booth here at the Panther Athletic Complex. Yeah, just carrying on to our point before, Joe's was just an unfortunate loss yesterday as they just seemed like they had a few opportunities and just couldn't quite get it done in the game against Licking County. The team will look to rebound, though, tonight as they take on Cincinnati on the road. Joe's 9-3 on the road this season. Cincinnati 7-6 at their various home locations, wherever that has been this season. Tonight it is here at the Panther Athletic Complex. About to begin here, we'll give you the Kettering Hill starting lineups. First for the Joes, who will be hitting as the road team first. Batting first and playing third base, Walker Bridges. Batting second and playing left field, Grant Miller. Nick Wimmers will DH in the 3 spot. Parker Lester will play second base and hit cleanup. Batting fifth, Evan Ulrich is catching. Batting sixth, Casey Fink in right field. Bennett Clement batting seventh in center. Sam Lowe in the 8th spot at short. And rounding out the order, Cal Brazier at first base. Josh Lazier will be on the mound for the Joes in the bottom of the inning. We will talk a little more about him when that time comes. But first, flip it to the other side. On the mound, another Wright State Raider on the Steam side of things. Ty Roeder making his 6th start. He's pitched 20 in the 3rd inning so far with a 2.21 ERA and 24 strikeouts. As he will take the mound, righty on the bump here on a Thursday afternoon. Be pitching to Luke Hewen behind the plate, who will catch for the Steam. So once again, we talked about how packed up that South Division is. As of today, things have gotten jumbled up. Joes lose the first place spot for the first time in a few weeks, as that has been taken over by the Xenia Scouts, who are now a half game up on everybody else with a record of 14-11, but still really close as there's 3 teams nipping right at their heels, all a half game behind. Cincinnati, Hamilton, and Licking County all 14-12. Don't count out the Richmond Jazz either, as they are standing at 13-13. 27th game of the season for both of these teams. 38 games, of course, in the regular season, and this kind of kicks off a part of the schedule where these teams are going to see each other a lot. Joes will see a lot of not only Cincinnati, but also the Xenia Scouts in the final few weeks of the season. And those are big games with those 2 teams that the Joes will face also battling it out, trying to get one of the top 2 spots in the South, which qualify for the playoffs. Walker Bridges digging in. Righty batting 300 on the season, 389 with a home run as the leadoff man. He's bounced back and forth with Grant Miller between the first and second spots in the lineup. Bridges 1, Miller 2 today. First pitch from Ty Roeder on the way, and it's down and in for ball one. First pitch time is 7:06, or 5:06. So used to those 7 o'clock starts. 1-0 sent in, and that'll catch the bottom part of the zone for strike one. One ball, one strike. Roeder's pitch. Swing and a miss. Right on the bottom part of the plate. Bridges going after it, can't connect, and that'll make the count 1-2. Roeder nods. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball inside, just didn't quite find that zone. It was starting to move towards there, but just missed. Now the 2-2 is going to miss down and away, so Walker Bridges has fought the count full. Three balls, two strikes to the leadoff man. Roeder winds and fires, and that'll miss down low, ball four. Good at bat from Walker Bridges. Takes a couple pitches on a two-strike count, and will work the walk. Puts a runner on first as Grant Miller will stand in. Just the 10th walk of the season for Roeder, and that'll bring up a guy who is no stranger to bunting in Grant Miller. Saw him lay down a sacrifice a couple of days ago in Richmond. First pitch to Miller. This one's flown on the right side into the screen. It'll land down. So natural grass here at the Panther Athletic Complex. And the baselines are right up pressed against the infield grass. Basically no dirt up the baselines in fair territories. We get a pick off over to first, but Bridges back in time. Bridges 10 for 13 on the base paths. Only 2 Joes this season with 10 or more steals. Pitch, bunt is square. This is a good one down the third base line. Charging in is Lopez from third. He barehands it and fires over to first in time for out number one. Good play there by Gabriel Lopez, as that one looked like it could potentially earn Grant Miller a bunt single, but instead he picks it off the ground on the barehand. That'll advance Walker Bridges over to second. Second sack bunt in 3 nights now for Grant Miller. Now Nick Wimmers will bat left-handed against righty Ty Roeder, pitching from the stretch. Roeder comes set on the mound. Looking back and forth between second and home. First pitch on the outside corner on the fastball for strike one. Wimmers leading the team in batting average now, .321 on the season, just 1 point ahead of Bennett Clement. Now the 0-1 going to miss up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wimmers 5 for his last 13. Majority of those hits coming in the Richmond Jazz game a couple nights ago. He's got 2 RBIs in that span. 1-1 pitch sent in, and that'll miss down low for ball 2. Working on our cam link right now, where camera's been kind of cutting back and forth, so we'll try and get that back up as soon as we can.
It's the network, I think, is the biggest issue here.
2 balls and a strike. This one flared out left side out of play. So it'll roll up the road, up the hill, out there and left. Count will now make its way 2-2 to Wimmers. Runner on second, 1 out in a scoreless game between the Joes and Steam here in the top of the first. Would like Wimmers to at least be able to advance Bridges to third. 2-2 on the way. Down and in. That one finishes in the dirt for ball 3. Joes have really struggled advancing runners lately and getting those just productive at-bats, whatever the outcome may be. Full count offering coming up to Nick Wimmers. Long look back at second. Now it comes home, swing and a miss, or maybe a foul tip. It is going to hit the ground. Wimmers stays alive. That was down near the feet. He went golfing at it, but was able to keep it out of the glove of Hewen behind the plate. So he will stay alive for now. Count 3-2. Walker Bridges retreated back to second pretty hard right as Roeder looked back at him. And Schneider came over with him from short back behind the base at second. Lead restored. It's about 3 shuffles off the base at second for Walker Bridges. Another 3-2 coming up to Wimmers. And pitch. This one grounded to short. Slowly rolling on the infield grass. Crow hop from Schneider, but he fires over to first in time for the out. Bridges advances over to third. So 2 groundouts for the Joes to advance Walker Bridges across the diamond from first to third. We'll bring up Parker Lester. Runner on third and 2 outs now. Joe's looking to strike first here in the top of the first inning. Roeder deals the first pitch in, and it'll miss down and in on the breaking ball to Parker Lester. 1 ball and no strikes to Lester, the Miami Red Hawk.
I had to bring new gear for the new guy on the roster, and Parker was one of the guys that tried to switch the pants out, but at the end, he ended up going back to his original pants because he said he was hitting well in them. So we'll see if that continues here.
1-0 off the plate for ball 2. Yeah, Lester, as we mentioned many times on the broadcast, started 0-4, I believe his first 19 before he got his first hit in Grand Lake, has been on a tear ever since. Average a little down over the past couple days, but still sitting at that 300 mark. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball will run in on the hands for ball 3. A lot of movement on that offering from Roeder. 3-0 count. Runner on third, 2 down here in the top of the first. Roeder takes a long look at third, now home. Pitch. This one hit up the middle. That's going to get down in center field for a base hit. Green light for Parker Lester on the 3-0 count, and he knocks an RBI single straight up the middle. Walker Bridges comes in to score. 11th RBI of the season for Parker Lester. And the Joes strike first, now 1-0. Evan Ulrich comes in with a runner on first, 2 down. First pitch to Ulrich on the way. This one's a broken bat up the middle. Picked up at second base by Miley, and he taps on the bag at second for the out. Ty Roeder reached behind his back for that one, and his glove went flying at the ball. But that one still found a different glove, and that was Corey Miley standing behind second base, who was able to retire Parker Lester. And Evan Ulrich will have the fielder's choice to end things here in the top of the first. Joes strike first, maybe some momentum looking forward as they look to snap this streak. To the bottom of the inning we go. Josh Leisure taking the mound for Hamilton when we come back. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first here from the Panther Athletic Complex. Adam Schneider will lead off and face off against Josh Leisure. Pair of Horizon League guys. Schneider batting .268 on the season, the shortstop out of Northern Kentucky. Schneider hits .053 when leading off. Will face off against the first pitch from Leisure. Snapped in there, down and in for ball one. Josh making his 5th start on the season. He's pitched 19 innings, giving up a 1.89 ERA, and struck out 15. 1-0 inside for ball two.
Yeah, Leisure's been one of those guys for the Joes that have really kind of just been able to throw in there in any situation. This time just starting and has been able to log a lot of innings.
Chopper over to second. Lester waits on it on the 2-hop and fires a hard one over there to Cal Brazier for out number 1. Schneider swinging at 2-0, and he will record the ground out for out number 1 of the inning. And will bring up one of the best bats in this Steam lineup, the Tiffin Dragon, Tommy Thaman.
Everything I've heard from Tommy Thaman, this walk-up song fits him almost perfectly.
Thaman was tending to the field pregame, raking up all the batters' boxes and such. First pitch framed on the outside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1 misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thaman used to lead the South in batting average, now 3rd, trailing his teammate Brennan Rowe. 1-1 fastball right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him now.
It was hitting over 400 for a couple of weeks. And
yeah, a while.
We're wondering how long that was going to be sustainable for.
1-2 pitch on the way, down low on the breaking ball. Even the count at 2-2. Yeah, look at a guy on the Joe side like Grant Miller. You could say very similar, where he just started really, really hot, but knew that things could probably not last forever like that on that pace. 2-2 pitch from Leisure on the way. Inside, did it hit him? Nope, it just must have hit the ground right in front of him. So somehow Thaman avoids that, and the count is full. Thaman 2 for his last 12 at the plate. Mini slump, you could say. Payoff pitch outside, ball 4. Doctor ordered a fastball there, but just wouldn't quite find the plate. So Thaman works the 1-out walk. Luke Ewan coming up to the plate. Ewan batting .278 this season.
It's been very good behind the plate, too, when he's played him, too.
Absolutely. First pitch fired in, sprayed right side. Lester diving on the ground. He makes the play to second, to first. It's in time.
Goodness.
What a play by Parker Lester at second base. And it's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning here in the bottom of the first. 3 batters come to the plate, and that's all it took for Josh Leisure to get out and put up a 0 as the Joes strike first. And we head to inning number 2. Fink, Clement, and Lowe up to the plate when we come back. You're watching Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Joe's 1, Steam 0 here from the Panther Athletic Complex on pretty nice Thursday. Didn't know what the weather was going to look like. It's been very unpredictable throughout the week. But so far, knock on wood, things have been good. Just a few clouds in the sky here on the west side of Cincinnati. Casey Fink will lead things off for the Joes, looking to add on to a 1-0 lead developed in the first inning. Walker Bridges has scored the lone run in this game for the Joes out of the leadoff spot. Ty Roto retakes the mound, gave up a hit and a walk. Facing off against his second lefty. First pitch misses down low to Fink for ball 1. Fink's been quietly very good lately. Moved the average all the way up to 314. 5 for his last 11. 1-0 will find the zone on the bottom part for strike 1.
Yeah, he's pitched well, too.
Did pitch well yesterday. Came in and stabilized things in the late innings. 1-1, hit on the screws right side, and that's going to bounce just past Corey Miley into right field for a base hit. Little line drive that just kind of died as it got to the edge of the infield. Bounced on Corey Miley, and it's a leadoff single for Casey Fink.
Good thing to find a hole, because we saw hits like that in the Jazz game that just were not finding the outfield.
Yep.
They would die just the same.
They would die and find gloves. That time, though, just pulled a little too hard into the hole on the right side of the infield by Fink. Bennett Clement coming up to the plate for the Joes. Clement batting .320 this season on 75 at-bats, second most at-bats on the Joes. The first pitch comes in and hits him. That one tracks all the way in, and Bennett Clement will wear it to put runners on first and second for the Joes with nobody out. Good chance for the team to maybe do something big here. Sam Lowe comes up to the plate. Sam lost his RBI lead on the team yesterday, looking to retake that potentially.
Yeah, it was tied with Grant Miller, and Grant had the big RBI walk yesterday.
Currently tied with Cal Brazier, who has gotten all the way up to 15 on the season.
Yeah, that's kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. He's been aided, of course, by a few home runs that have really helped him out. He is on deck. First pitch to Sam Lowe on the way. Bunt was squared and then pulled back, but the pitch found the zone for strike 1. Didn't look like we saw too much of a move at second from Casey Fink. Bennett Clement had a big secondary lead, but John was not covering the bag at first, more concerned with the bunt from the righty Sam Lowe. A 1 pitch on the way. This one chopped foul on the left side. Trickling foul up the steam dugout side.
Interesting to only bunt just the once.
And I'm not sure if Lowe just didn't process the bunt sign or what, but he squared the bunt rather late, as it looked like the pitch was almost already on the way to the plate when he put it out and quickly pulled it back. 0-2, way outside. Good job by Hewen behind the plate to reach the arm out and grab that one. Backstop is decently deep here at the Panther Athletic Complex.
It's no McBride Stadium, that's for sure.
No McBride for sure, but probably deep enough to get you one base, no problem. We'll do the 1-2. Up the middle, this one lined into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Getting waved around third and trucking on home is Casey Fink. The throw is in time. Cut off by Roeder on the mound. He fired that one in. And that was reacted really well to out in center by Harrison Barnes. And the Steam able to deny the Joes their second run as Fink is put down. Clement advances to second. Sam Lowe will not get the RBI back, but he will stand on first now. Great tag also by Luke Hewen at the plate as Fink almost slid underneath that one.
Yeah, great relay all the way around. William John had to spin around and make a good throw across his body and was able to do so in time.
Cal Brazier comes up, still 1-0. First and second, one out now. First pitch to Brazier, breaking ball, slides onto the outside corner for strike one. Brazier hitting 185, but a lot of pop in that bat for the Ontario native out of Tiffin University. This time it'll be pushed up the right side, and that's going to get down for at least one. This is going to score a run easily. Brazier's going to get the hold up at first as Lowe will move to third. Clement comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Cal Brazier, who's now tied for the RBI lead on the team. That'll put runners on the corners with one out. 3 singles and a hit by pitch now for the Joes here in this second inning. No outs recorded in the box. The only out recorded as Casey Fink was tagged on the relay home. Joes extend their lead now 2-0, and a big chance for Walker Bridges to add to his season RBI tally.
You love seeing Cal Brazier get things rolling offensively.
Bridges currently stands at 12. Runners on the corners, one out. First pitch on the way. That catches the outside corner for strike one. One pitch from Roeder now in on the hands, grounded right side, or left side rather, but foul, just trickled up the line. As we mentioned, if that ball catches any of the dirt up the baselines, it's in foul territory. So the count runs 0-2 to Bridges. Bridges going to take in, I believe, his first Reds game tomorrow. Louisiana native. He and some of the other non-local guys have been seeing some of the sights of Cincinnati. Went to Kings Island earlier this year. 0-2 pitch, outside, little pump fake to the back pick from first by Hewen, but he won't provide a throw.
Yeah, one more thing that I've done since being here. I got to go see the Dragons play, though.
Dayton Dragons, one of the premier minor league entertainment teams, one of the most historic sellout streaks in all of professional sports, really.
Got to see what all the buzz is about.
1-2 slides off the plate to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dragons got 2 players selected to the Futures game. Ellie De La Cruz has been providing a lot of buzz in the Reds farm system. Dragons, the high A affiliate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Walker Bridges. Here's the pitch. This one hit on the right side, and that's going to get down for a base hit into right. Corey Miley was pursuing it, but just couldn't get there. Brazier will stop at second, but it'll bring in another run as Sam Lowe comes in to score. Nice day for Walker Bridges. He said before the game he was going to go 5 for 5 today to get that average back up to where it was. Now he's 1 for 1 with a walk, but will get an RBI as the Joes now lead 3-0.
Exactly what the Joes needed after having a couple of days where the offense has been sluggish.
4 base hits in the inning now for the Joes offense. And Ty Roeder, who came into this one having given up just 5 earned runs, is now giving up a few more here already. First pitch to Grant Miller, hit up into the screen on the right side. Joe's got 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Grant Miller hitting .302 coming into this one, hitting over 400 with runners on base. So we get a long pause, and now the next pitch in will miss inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Talked about how weird it was that Miller held on to the RBI lead for so long when he occupied the leadoff spot for basically the entirety of the month of June. And a little bit into July for this team. Now kind of flip-flopping, as we mentioned, with Walker Bridges. In a 2 spot today. 1-1, hit well into right. Pursuing it toward the line is Christensen. That ball is going to fall foul. in the corner. One ball, two strikes now to Grant Miller. First and second, one out here in the top of the second. Long look at second and now home from Roeder. Here comes the 1-2. It's pushed foul on the right side into the woods. Roeder stretches almost a little bit diagonal. So he plants that front foot not quite centered. So a little bit toward third base. Provides him a good look at second. 1-2 pitch to Miller. Breaking ball up high. Maybe a slider there. That was just a little too far atop the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joe's looking to add on to a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second from the Panther Athletic Complex. 2-2 pitch. This one hit up the middle. One hops towards second, picked up by Schneider. 6-3. It's a double play, and that will retire the side and stop the bleeding for the Steam. But the Joes do get 2 more as Bennett Clement and Sam Lowe come around to extend the Joes' lead. It's now 3-0. To the bottom of the second we go. 4-5-6 due up for the Steam. Max Freeze will get them started when we come back. Joes Baseball live here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Max Freeze leading off for the Cincinnati Steam here in the bottom of the second inning. Joe's on top 3-0. Largest lead we've seen them have in a while.
Yeah.
First pitch from Josh Leisure right on the inside corner for strike one.
I think since that Copperheads game.
Yep, that was the game which the Joes won. It's their last win. 0-1 will miss outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1 offering on the way. Breaking ball waited on, hit on the left side just past Walker Bridges into left field for a base hit. Max Freeze at DH hitting nearly 350 on the season with a strong start. It's a leadoff single. That'll bring up Hayden Christensen. Xavier Musketeer. Runner on first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Leisure's first pitch sent in, bouncing to Evan Ulrich. He'll block it with the glove in between the legs, 4-1. Leisure nods and deals. This one's going to skip past Ulrich, gets to his right. Freeze will trot over to second and make it there. So 2 pitches a little low from Josh Leisure. A little bit wild here on this at-bat to Hayden Christensen. Now a runner on second, 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes. Leisure set at the shoulders, brings down to the chest. Here comes. That time it's off the plate. Three and 0. Steam looking for base runners. Got one in the last inning. Here's the pitch. Called strike one on the outside half.
Good to see him return back to that strike zone. Kind of right the ship here.
3-1 now on the way, and that's down and away for ball four. 4-pitch walk. Christensen doesn't have to take the bat off the shoulder. Just what the Steam needed. They'll string a couple base runners together, and that'll bring in William John.
Well, now in back-to-back games, Joe's pitching kind of struggling to pitch when they start to get a big lead. Yesterday, I had the lead over the Lincoln County Settlers for, I believe, an inning.
Yeah, just the half inning. They put across 2 in the bottom of the 5th, immediately gave up 3. First pitch to John is fouled back. Righty on lefty matchup here. John 6 for his last 15 with average up to 333. First and second, nobody out. 0-1 pitch. Just misses it. Right off that outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike now. John, the first baseman out of Cornell. See the 1-1 offering. Run inside. 2-1 now. Talk about the Ivy League guys. We've seen a couple Dartmouth players on Grand Lake, the Big Green. See John, member of the Cornell Big Red. He'll go after this one and lift it up left side, pushing towards the fence. Bridges runs out of room. That's going to land just beyond the fence on the left side into the Steam bullpen.
The mascot kind of letting you know how old the schools are. Because to get away with Big Blue or Big Green or Big Red, you have to be one of the first teams to run it.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you did it now, it would be uncreative, but
Yeah.
Those are so prestigious. Joe's had a couple Columbia Lions on the roster last year. 2-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. The off-speed offering fooled John. He was a little out in front. It's the first strikeout for Josh Leisure and a good return back to what we saw from him in that first inning, putting down Steam batters. Harrison Barnes will dig in now, first and second with 1 out. First pitch lifted up left side. It will get out of play.
We're going to get things going offensively after he had a great defensive play out there.
It was part of the relay that cut down Casey Fink at the plate. 0-1 will miss outside. Barnes playing at Tuskegee University. Alumni of the Cincinnati Reds Urban Youth Academy teams. 1-1 will miss off the plate. Committed to Eastern Kentucky originally before flipping to Tuskegee. As he chops this one on the right side, fielding it is Cal Brazier. He lost it on the transfer, now has to go to first, and it's not in time. Brazier tried to go to second there to get Christensen, but then in flipping that over to first base, or flipping that over to his other hand, he had to turn it around and go to first when he dropped it. Everybody's safe, and all the runners up 90 feet.
Yeah, that might be one of the more unfortunate plays. You get Cal Brazier to stab it, but was unable to make it stick.
Corey Miley up to the plate now. First pitch comes in, and that hit him. Right on the back, Miley collapsed in the batter's box just trying to evade it, but still caught him right on the numbers. It's going to bring in a run as Max Freeze in to score. Everybody up 90. 3-1 our score now with Steam striking back. 9-man Gabriel Lopez comes to the plate. First pitch from Josh Leisure, down low for ball 1.
Yeah, have to get through this bottom of the order very quickly. You don't need Schneider or Thaman to come up with the bases juiced.
That time it'll miss down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch, swinging a foul tip back, trickles between the legs of Ulrich. 2-1 now. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a good chance for Cincinnati to try and tie this game, potentially take the lead. Trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning on a Thursday evening. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, catches the top of the zone. Not a lot of velocity on that one, but all the movement in the world from Josh Leisure.
Yeah, like a balloon.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Leisure winds and deals. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Pull up a chair and flip it backwards to Gabe Lopez. Back to the top of the order we go. Adam Schneider with the bases juiced in. 2 down now. First pitch, low for ball 1. Josh Leisure looking to return to form. He's only given up 1 hit so far in this inning. Swing and a miss on that offering in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schneider 1 for 3 with the bases loaded this season. That time, it'll catch the outside corner on the breaking ball. And that'll make the count 1-2.
Just giving up just the 1 here would be huge for Josh Leisure.
Trying to retain this lead. Maybe 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. 1-2. Grounded on the right side. Coming over is Brazier. That one dies in the grass. Underhand flip to Leisure. Tapping on first in time. Good 3-1 put out for the Joes as they stay calm under pressure in that one and are able to get out of the inning and only give up 1. So the lead is 2, 3-1 our score as we head to the third. Nick Wimmers leading off for the Joes in his second time to the plate when we come back. You're watching Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Top of the third here from the Panther Athletic Complex. Joe's leading the Cincinnati Steam. 3-1 our score. Nick Wimmers the leadoff man for the Joes. Grounded out to short in his lone plate appearance so far. First pitch breaking ball way outside for ball one from Ty Roeder, who's back on the mound. A little bit shaky in the last inning. Gave up 4 base hits. 1-0 sent in. This one crushed out into left center field, and that's going to get down for a base knock. Fielded out there by Barnes in the gap. He'll fire it in. Nick Wimmer's onto the base paths for the first time today with the leadoff single. 3rd straight inning now that the Joes have gotten a man to first base in the leadoff spot.
Joe's just swinging the bat better than we've seen them swing in a couple of days. It just seems like the at-bats are a little bit better.
Absolutely. They just seem to be tracking the baseball very, very well today. They've barreled it up. Found a lot of those line drives over infield heads. Parker Lester in now, runner on first. At the belt. First pitch from Roeder. Rammed on the outside corner for strike one. Nothing in 1 to Parker Lester. Crucial game here tonight going into the off day in the GLSCL South standings. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Up high. Both these teams tied right now. 2 of 3 tied for second place in the South. Trailing the Xenia Scouts by a half game. Licking County, the other 14 and 12 team. They will take on Grand Lake at Montgomery Field in the 7:05 start tonight. Next pitch to Lester. This one's hit up the middle and through for a base hit. 2 singles for Parker Lester that looked almost exactly the same. Hit him straight up the middle, right about head height. Died as they came over second base and just trickled into the outfield. That'll put him on first and second with nobody out for Evan Ulrich.
Yeah, not much you can say about those at-bats. Those are real good squared-up baseballs. Just hitting the ball where it is, hitting it right back up the middle, returning it back to which it was sent. And he just looks like he's rolling once again as well.
So Ulrich up to the plate, righty-on-righty matchup. First and second. John coming in a little from first. First pitch is up high. 4-1. No move to bunt from Ulrich so far. Xenia Scouts are dormant today, so if Licking County was to lose, the winner of this game would be the sole leader in the GLSCL South.
By a half a game.
By a half game, yes. 1-0, way off the plate. It'll get by Hewen. Both runners going to advance. That's a big one as it'll put 2 in scoring position and eliminate the force. Now with nobody out, Evan Ulrich ahead in the count 2-0. One of the best sluggers in the Joes lineup with a chance to really do some damage here. Cincinnati with a bit of a response in the last inning, but Joe's looking to put out that fire. Two 2-0. Here's the pitch. On the way. That one's low. Blocked by Hewen. That skipped up off his glove and went to his right. But he will recover and relay back to the pitcher. So a little wild here, and now Evan Ulrich maybe with a chance to load the bases. Saw Parker Lester get the green light on a 3-0 earlier, hit a single up the middle. 3-0 pitch. He gets the green light too. This one hit well out into left center field. Going back is Barnes at the wall. This is going to one-hop the fence. It'll score 2 runs. Ulrich on his way to second. He gets there standing up. And after the Joes early in the season struggled so much hitting the ball on 3-0 counts, 2 for 2 now on the day. Evan Ulrich with a 2 RBI single to extend the Joes lead, now 5-1.
He just laced that one in the gap. Love to see Evan Ulrich get hot. He was hot yesterday as he had 3 singles, went 3 for 4. But before that was in a little bit of a slump. Just 1 hit in the last 4 or 5 games.
And with that, it's going to draw Alex Dickey out to the mound to have a chat with Ty Roeder. Roeder has had a very good season so far for Cincinnati, as he's been probably their second best starter, trailing only Marlowe, who has just ahead of him in the ERA. Jacob Marlowe,
Two-way.
two-way out of UCF. And for now, Roeder will stay in as the meeting breaks up. There's a left-handed pitcher warming up in the Steam bullpen. Not sure how long he's been in there, but keep an eye. Runner on second. Still nobody out now for Casey Fink, who started the party in the last inning for the Joes with a single. That last hit from Evan Ulrich was the first extra base hit of the game for the Joes. First pitch fired in, and it's going to get by Hewen. Ulrich over to third. As that one just a little inside. Squirted in between the triangle. As Hewen just put the glove on the ground, but kind of mistracked it in the dirt. One-0 count now with a runner on third. Pitch to Fink on the way, swing and a miss. That one just sunk under the bat at the last second. Joes with 5 runs off 8 hits so far. Cincinnati with 1 run off 1 hit. Fink looking to tack on more. Here's the pitch. Slider in there for strike 2. Right down the heart of the plate. One ball, 2 strikes. Roeder takes a breath and now deals home. This one grounded on the right side. It's going to score a run. Tough play coming over from first is John, and he flips over to first, not in time. Casey Fink finds the soft spot on the right side of the infield as that ball died in the grass. It's going to be an RBI infield single. Fink 7 for his last 13 with his 9th RBI on the season as he drives in Evan Ulrich. Drive in rather generous on that one. Maybe slipped in Evan Ulrich. So now a runner on first with the Joes leading 6-1. The batter is Bennett Clement. 1 for 1 on the day. Or rather, getting his first at-bat as that first pitch is in there for strike 1. He was hit his last time up. Oh and 1 to the all-star, Bennett Clement. Here's the pitch. Swung on it off the end of the bat, just trickling foul. Oh and 2. Roeder set on the mound. Readying for the pitch. Here it comes. Runner on the move. This one sprayed foul on the right side. Pitch was a little in on the hands, and it was pushed out by the bat of Bennett Clement. Natural grass field here. 325 down the lines and 395 in straightaway center at the Panther Athletic Complex. Relatively new stadium built in the 2000s. Pickoff over to first, almost delayed as Roeder kind of turned around and then threw. And Fink with no problem getting back. Count is still 0-2 to Bennett Clement. Here's the pitch. This one skied in the air on the right side of the infield. Coming in on it is Miley, calling everyone off. Adam Schneider, who will make the catch in front of second base, as the shortstop puts Bennett Clement away for out number 1.
Yeah, Roeder just kind of finally getting the out that he has been looking for all inning. It's all been hard contact and wild pitches for him. It's good for him to kind of return to getting a couple outs, find a couple gloves.
And this may be the last inning we'll see him in. Steam hoping he can at least finish it. Batter now is Sam Lowe with a runner on first, one down. Runner goes. The pitch is outside and actually squirts through the glove of Hewen. Didn't get all the way to the backstop as it was eaten up by the grass behind home plate, but trickled just far enough. It was out of the reach and easily advancing to second, Casey Fink.
Would have been a tough play regardless for Hewen, as Casey Fink had a pretty good jump over there.
It was a breaking ball down and away into the dirt, trickled by the Steam catcher. So 1 ball and no strikes now. The count to Sam Lowe. Here's the pitch off the plate. Another similar one there, just a little bit higher off the ground, easier to be caught by Hewen. He'll make the play that time. 2-0 to Sam Lowe at Charleston Southern. Transfer there from Florida Atlantic. It's a 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball up high, and it's going to get away. Bounces off the backstop. Came right back to Hewen rather quickly, but still not enough time as Casey Fink moves to third.
Yeah, unsure if Hewen and Roeder were not on the same page there. That was a fastball up in the zone, and Hewen kind of stayed down on it and just completely missed it, didn't even get a glove.
So 3 balls and no strikes now to Sam Lowe with a runner on third. Seen 2 green lights so far and 2 hits for the Joes. 3-0 pitch. Called strike 1 on the fastball in the outside corner. Lowe maybe trying to sell it with the run over to first, but just based off the look on his face when he was turning around, looked like he knew that was in the zone.
It was wild pitch number 3 of the inning, by the way.
3 balls and 1 strike. From the windup, here's the pitch. Breaking ball lifted up and into the screen behind home plate. And the count is full to Sam Lowe. Lowe before the game said if he could attend any college in America, he would go to the University of Miami. Interesting choice. The one in Florida, not the one here. 3-2, this one's crushed out to deep left field. Going back is Barnes, and this one's going to get right over his head to the wall. It'll easily score a run. Lowe trots into second. He will have to stop there, but it's another RBI double as the Joes now extend their lead. It's now 7-1.
Not going to lie, it's kind of looking like that scene in the Sandlot where the Sandlot guys take on the true baseball team. They're just hitting gaps left, right, and center.
And this is going to be the end of the night for Ty Roeder as Alex Dickey back out to meet the infield and visit with his team at the mound. So Sam Lowe creates a 3-way tie atop the RBI counter for the Joes, who now lead 7-1 here in the top of the third. We're going to see a new pitcher on the mound. We'll let you know who it is when we come back. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Still here in the top of the third, taking the mound for the Cincinnati team, Alex Shea, junior out of Union, Kentucky, southpaw from the University of Cincinnati, one of the more reliable arms out of the bullpen for this steam team. Shea making his 5th appearance. He's pitched 6 1/3 innings so far, just 1 earned run. Comes in with a runner on second and a 1 out. Cal Brazier coming to the plate. Joe's already have 4 in the inning, looking to make it more, currently leading 7-1. Lefty on righty matchup here. First pitch on the way from Shea. Big swing and a miss from Brazier for strike 1. Try to put that one up the hill beyond the fence and left. This is a park where, just talking to some people around, have said it's pretty difficult to hit one out, but we've seen the Joes get close a couple of times on their 2 doubles that 1 hop the fence. Pick off over to second.
I think if those are hit down the line, they're probably out. Maybe.
Almost no wind to speak of right now.
Oh, good. Yeah, that flag is dead.
Flag is just sitting in left field. Oh, 1 pitch to Brazier. This one fouled straight back into the screen right in front of the fans here. Solid crowd on hand here at the Panther Athletic Complex. Probably the best road crowd we've seen as the Joes have taken on the steam this season, better than the one we saw at Roselawn earlier this year. Very family-friendly, very, very nice high school stadium. If you're not familiar, don't let the high school tag fool you. This is on par with a lot of college stadiums out there. It's got a full grandstand.
Shoot, it's better than my college.
Everything. 0-2 to Brazier. Check swing on the pitch in the dirt. They're going to appeal out and say he did not go around. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cal. Sun still out in full force here. Had to get, of course, the early start, 5:05, as there's no lights on this field.
Lights on every other field here, even the tennis courts.
Yeah, the tennis courts and the track and soccer area. 0-2, swing and a miss. Good pitch from Shea that was swung over the top of by Cal Brazier. That'll record the 2nd out of the inning. Low will stay put. That's now the first strikeout for the steam staff. 2 away. Walker Bridges coming in. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. It's the 8th Joe to come up in this inning. Top of the 3rd here from Cincinnati. Joe's leading 7-1. First pitch to Bridges on the way, and it catches the top of the zone for strike 1. Bridges kind of moved the hands at it, but decided to hold up.
Bridges getting his 3rd at-bat in the 3rd inning. Don't know if there's anything further than the cycle. You get a cycle and a walk. I don't know if that's an extra thing, but he's got 2/5 of it.
That one upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The Uber cycle. Or
Uber cycle, maybe.
Patent pending.
Patent pending. Walker had 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats yesterday after an 0 for 2 start. Finished 2 for 4. Was also hit in that game earlier in it. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Finished right down the plate, but Bridges not able to find the barrel on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Shea's coming in the buzzsaw to the steam it needed to be. That fastball looking very lively so far, his first couple of batters.
Look back at the runner at second. 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Walker Bridges. And a tough inning comes to a close as Alex Shea will stop the bleeding here in the top of the 3rd. Joe's add on 4 more, 7-1 our score, a big lead. We'll see how they deal with it. Maybe new territory. Haven't seen this in a little while from this squad. Josh Lazier back on the mound for the bottom of the 3rd inning when we return. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Batter is Tommy Thaman here in the bottom of the third. Cincinnati looks to make their way back into this one, currently chasing the Hamilton Joes ahead by 6. 7-1 our score. Thaman walked his first time up. Next pitch from Josh Leisure finds the outside corner for strike one. Thaman was the only base runner in the first inning for the Steam and was immediately retired on a 4-6-3 double play. This time he'll ground it to short. Skipped up off the edge of the turf, but no problem for Sam Lowe, who fields and fires in time for out number 1. Luke Ewan comes up to the plate, hit one really hard at Parker Lester at second base his first time up. And Lester, from his backside, ended up turning a 4-6-3 double play out of it. Base is empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Ewan had a lot of work behind the plate in that last inning. First pitch low and in for ball 1. Roeder was a little wild towards the end of his outing. Was not that way originally, just kind of found a lot of barrels, and then wheels kind of fell off late. 1-0, slides away from the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Steam backstop Luke Ewan out of St. Leo College, journeyman, former Purdue Boilermaker. He'll lift this one up in the air to deep right field. Going back is Fink at the warning track. He reaches up and makes the catch for out number 1. Almost an oppo taco for Luke Ewan, but just a few feet short. Best contact we've seen off of Josh Leisure all night. And that'll bring up Max Freeze.
That's now back-to-back at-bats from Ewan that we've really seen. Good balls hit hard, just at the wrong places.
Yep. First one didn't leave the infield. That one did. First pitch slider misses down and away to Max Freeze. Freeze, the Earlham Quaker, is the only run in this game for Cincinnati. He singled in the last inning and scored. Came in on the hit by pitch. That was dealt to Corey Miley. 1-0. This is in the same spot down and away for ball 2. Two and 0. Leisure winds, kicks and deals. Fastball just missed the inside corner, a little low. Ball 3.
A little constricting on that one, but just missed off the inside corner. My goodness.
3-0. Right in there. Strike 1. No problem. Leisure now able to hit the zone twice off 3-0 counts. 3-1 pitch on the way. That's low for ball 4. So both times on the 3-0 counts, Leisure has found the zone, but then missed down low on the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Freeze on for the second time now. Aboard with the 2-out walk. Hayden Christensen comes up now. Christensen also walked his last time up. First pitch bounced in. Ulrich just blocked it with the glove, and then as it went to his right, picked it up and pumped the first, but no movement. Christensen playing in the Big East for Xavier. Xavier made the Big East tournament this year. Very, very solid year for the Musketeers. The 1-0 grounded over to short. Low waiting on it. He's just going to flip this one to Lester at second for the force, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the third. One base runner delays things, but Josh Leisure still with no issues. Here in the bottom of the third inning, 0 on the scoreboard for Cincinnati. Joe's looking to add on to their 6-run lead when we come back in the fourth. Grant Miller didn't get to join the party in the last inning. He'll lead things off when we get to the next one. Back in a moment. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Top of the 4th inning here from the Panther Athletic Complex. Joe's lead 7-1 over the Steam. We're going to snap this winning streak and go into the off day on a good note. Joe's will be back in action at home this weekend as they will take on Xenia and Southern Ohio. Southern Ohio on Saturday, Xenia on Sunday. The team will take one more road trip before the All-Star break as they will head to Grand Lake on Monday before the All-Stars, 8 of which the Joes will head to Prasco Park for the All-Star game. First pitch to Grant Miller, chopper over to short. Schneider waits on it, and it skips away from his glove, handcuffed him. As Grant Miller is able to reach on that one. So in E6, Joe's fortunate. First error of the game for Cincinnati. We mentioned that it is a natural grass field here at Elder. As Nick Wimmer's going to bat right-handed for the first time with a runner on first, nobody out. This natural grass, though, is a lot more consistent, you can just tell, than at places like McBride Stadium. It is thick. It is a place that's going to eat up a lot of the speed on those ground balls, though. First pitch to Wimmers, popped up on the one-hop in the air. Chasing after him, getting in the way of the tag. Wimmers tried to avoid it as John came over, but he did apply the tag for out number 1. They're going to say he didn't tag him. As Wimmers steps on the bag, they're going to call him safe. So now the umpires are going to meet, maybe say that Wimmers was interfered with. He chopped that one up the first base line. It took a hop and popped high up into the air, and then John came in from first, and now it looks like they're going to reverse the call, and they indeed will, to retire Wimmers.
Yeah, the only thing I could have saw there was maybe if Shea was in the baseline and was in the way of Wimmers, but I don't think that was the case.
John came over, and then Shea kind of miscommunicated, thought maybe he was going to get a flip, and so they crashed into each other, but then John was eventually able to get around him and apply the tag, so it will be a 3 unassisted. Grant Miller advances over to second, and now Parker Lester will come up. The runner in scoring position and 1 out. First pitch to Lester. Lifted into left field and deep, all the way back towards the corner. This one's out of play. That ball hit really well by Lester.
If it was fair, it was gone.
Yep, but just can't quite keep it within the lines. Lester 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Scored on the Evan Ulrich RBI double in the last inning. Part of a 4-run effort for the Joes in the top of the 3rd. Lefty on lefty here. Big high breaking ball that'll miss way upstairs from Shea. 1 ball and 1 strike to Parker Lester. One pitch on the way. This one hit hard on the right side, and that gets past John into right field for a base hit. Miller waved around third coming home. Lester going to dig in for second, and he's going to get there with a slide. It's an RBI for Parker Lester. It's probably going to be a single as it was a hard hit, low line drive that glanced off the glove of William John. And then Lester ran over to second on the throw, which was initially intended to come home, but then was cut off and thrown to second. Lester still in there safely, though. And now the situation the same with a runner on second and 1 out for Evan Ulrich, but got another run to work with on the Joes side. Score is now 8-1. 11th RBI of the season for Parker Lester. First pitch from Shea, lifted up in shallow right center field. Barnes going to call everyone off. Lester waiting on it at second, is going to bluff towards third, and that throw was a seed as Lester retreats back. So he will be held up at second.
Yeah, nobody wanted to run on Harrison Barnes anymore after threw out Casey Fink.
That was a cannon throw out there from him in the right center gap. Was cut off, so couldn't see quite where it was placed, but would certainly have been in enough time. Casey Fink now coming up, 2 away, runner on second. Another lefty to face off against Alex Shea. They're going to give Parker Lester the double. The first pitch misses off the plate for ball 1. So 2 singles and a double now for Parker Lester on the day as he's 3 for 3. Fink is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles as well. Evan Ulrich is now 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch on the way, and that misses upstairs for ball 1. Lester, a couple steps off second. The pitch, this one shot left side foul. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Alex Shea with kind of an interesting delivery. Arm does not really bend much as he comes over the top. Has a really high arching release and a lot of velocity on that fastball. Definitely the most we've seen from any Steam pitcher. 2-1, Lester on the move, swing and a miss from Fink. The throw down to third, and it hit Lester as the ball got away from Lopez. Lester got in there safely as Lopez didn't secure it, but he is down on his back. Now going to stand back up. He waves the trainer back to the Steam dugout, says he's all good. And we'll get back up. Talking to head coach Tyler Thaman over there at third base. So it's going to be a stolen base for Parker Lester. That throw was up near his face and kind of went into the glove of Lopez, and that kind of pushed that glove toward his face and hit Lester. And I believe that was what popped the ball out of the glove of Lopez. But Lester on to third. The count is 2-2 to Casey Fink, who waved and missed as the Joes were maybe looking for a hit and run there. Shea kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Fink couldn't catch up to the breaking ball. And that will retire the side here in the 4th. Joe's able to get one more as Grant Miller is able to get to the base paths for the first time, and he comes around to make it an 8-1 Joe's lead. To the bottom of the 4th we go. William John looking to start things for Cincinnati, trying to claw their way back into this game. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 4th inning, Joe's leading 8-1 over the Cincinnati Steam in what you could say a much-needed offensive explosion for this team that has struggled as of late to get that run production. Joe's trying to snap a losing streak right now. Currently 4 in a row. First pitch from Josh Leisure to William John way outside for ball 1. Leisure back on the mound. Once again, Joe's trying to get back into first place. The 1-0 offering on the way. This one lifted up in the left side of the infield. Lowe's going to call off Bridges, camp underneath, and make the catch for out number 1. Mile in the air, but not too much velocity outwards for William John, who's retired for the 2nd time.
Hey, Laser's back to what he's doing best, just filling it up. Only has the 1 strikeout, and that's because he's relied on his defense to do a lot of the work.
Hasn't given up too much hard contact so far.
both, I believe, to Hewitt, and both were outs anyway.
Yep. Harrison Barnes will come in, hit one on the right side to Cal Brazier his first time up. First pitch high and away for ball one. Brazier tried to go to second on that play, but on the transfer, when he popped his glove to throw the ball over to his hand, he lost it. That one's lifted up on the left side. It'll get out of play. Barnes hitting .412 against right-handed pitching. The 1-1 runs inside for ball two. Hitless against lefties this year, but has torn up those right-handed arms. (2-1) called strike on the outside corner. Barnes, a guy who's seen quite a bit against the Joes, one of a couple prestigious HBCU guys on this roster. So that one bounced in, will run the count full. Plays at Tuskegee. Also got another Cincinnati Reds Urban Youth Academy alum on this roster in Nigel Davis. That one low and in for ball four. Barnes on with the one-out walk. Davis, out of Reading, Ohio, Moeller High School, is transferring in the portal, but played at Morehouse this past season. A couple of very prestigious colleges for those guys. Corey Miley will come in now with a runner on first and one away. First pitch from Leisure. Right down the middle, strike one called.
Is that Frank Sinatra on the walk-up song?
It might be.
Oldie but a goodie.
0-1. Fired in. This one grounded on the left side. Bridges receiving quickly over to second for one. Lester on to first. 5-4-3 double play. And Josh Leisure, for the second time, gives up a one-out walk but faces the minimum. This time it will be in the bottom of the fourth inning, as yet again the Joes hold the steam off the scoreboard. 8-1 our score. To the fifth we go. Bottom three men in the order due up for the Joes when we come back. Joes Baseball brought to you by All Wealth on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Top of the fifth here from the Panther Athletic Complex. Joe's 8, Steam 1. Hamilton back on the horse after a few tough games. Vibes are never really killed. Teams still seem to be in good spirits. Good to see that the stretch hasn't affected them too much culture-wise, as that can be a detriment to a team. Going to get a pause here as maybe a ball came out of the Joe's bullpen or something, as the umpire pointed down the right field line.
The bullpen has a fence, so it's kind of impressive to get a ball.
Yeah, I don't know if a guy
onto the
threw a
field.
plyo ball that kicked up over it or what, but back on the mound is Alex Shea, pitching to Bennett Clement. First pitch in the inside corner for strike one. Clement is 0 for 1 today, popped out to short to record out number 1 in the third inning. 0-1. This one flared right side and off the pole into the infield and caught by William John. Of course, not in play, but guess they're going to keep the baseball and use it again.
Not playing banana ball. Normally, the umpires like to see the ball and at least check that there's no scuffs on it or anything like that. But I guess we're just rocking and rolling.
24 baseballs per game are allotted in the Great Lakes League.
Shoot.
0-2. Hit on the ground on the right side. Fielding at second is Miley, and he'll sidearm over to first for out number 1. Yeah, we get 24 brand new baseballs per game in the Great Lakes League. Was talking to Ryan Finnerty about that yesterday. It's the coach's job to put the mud on it, and Ryan has got the technique down. It's a specific way you got to do it.
I've seen him in the dugout with the mud, rubbing balls up before
Rub
game.
the balls up. Sam Lowe up with the bases empty, 1 away. First pitch misses up high for ball 1.
Need an award. Best ball rubber.
Best ball rubber. Did say that they lose about 12 of the balls per game. So you lose about half, the other half go in the practice bucket. Then maybe if you're hitting BP in a place like McBride Stadium, you'll lose the rest. 1-0 catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Still absolutely amazed at that BP session. That was so much fun.
Yeah, the Joes are no longer allowed by head coach Tyler Thaman to hit on-field BP at McBride. 1-1 is bounced in. To be fair, that day, which I believe was a couple weeks ago at this point, it was, perfect conditions to hit the ball. Wind was blowing straight out. It was hot. There was not really much humidity. But the Joes probably lost half their bucket on that day. His guys were just hitting them out in every single place beyond the fence. Joe's hitting the cages before this one. 2-1 to Lowe on the outside corner for strike 2 as he checked his swing.
Yeah, no official turtle that I've seen out here. So I guess it is over there. So
I think they got one, but maybe just didn't want to use it. They were unsure of the field conditions here. It's the 2-2 sent in upstairs. As of last night, we weren't sure if maybe this game is going to be played here, but as we mentioned with it raining yesterday in the grass field, if the field conditions weren't right to maybe move the game to Foundation Field to play, that would have been an 8:30 start had we played at Foundation Field tonight, a late night for these players. 3-2 to Lowe. He hits this one on the left side over the head of a jumping Adam Schneider into left field for a base hit. Sam Lowe now 3 for 3 on the day. As I guess it's just the trend to have 2 singles and a double.
Yeah, very trendy so far.
Lester and Lowe, members of that exclusive club. Cal Brazier up to the plate now.
The only Joe not to have a run scored today.
8 runs coming from 8 different players in the Joes lineup. Cal Brazier 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Was stranded on second base in the second inning. First pitch from Shea. Sent in. This one hit in the air to right center field. Barnes is tracking, and he's got it for out number 2. 1 pitch, 1 out to Cal Brazier. Lowe will drop back to first. Walker Bridges hunting hit number 2 of the day. Been on the bases twice, aboard on a single and a walk. Struck out his last time up in the third. Air getting a little bit thicker in front of us as the smoke from the grill passes over the crowd here.
The smell and the smoke both engulfing us here in the press box.
First pitch to Bridges, breaking ball up high for ball 1. Great smell. Classic baseball smell.
100%.
Baseball is a game of sensory enjoyment, you could say.
Yes.
It's about that full experience.
Hot dogs, hamburgers, it's all about the sound of the bat.
1-0 misses upstairs for ball 2. Yeah, talk about, some people ask, why would you want in an age like this to go to a ballpark and watch a game when, you can watch the MLB and see 30 different camera angles and have all the stats in the world you want, but it's really about that full experience you get that you just can't get at home sometimes. 2-0 to Bridges. Inside, he ducks the elbow away from it to avoid it. That's ball 3. Walker out of LSU Eunice. LSU Eunice parents in town have been for about a week or so.
Yeah, they're leaving tomorrow. So trying to impress for the last time in front of the fans.
And that'll help him out. Ball 4. As that went up high, we'll move runners to first and second. Grant Miller coming up to the plate, hunting for his first hit. After grounding into a 6-3 double play, laid down a sac bunt and reaching on an error. Not an uneventful at-bat yet from Grant Miller.
Yeah.
Got to make an extra note on the scorecard in each one of his plate appearances so far. Top of the 5th, Steam looking to hang their first 0. Joe's trying to add more. Shea looks at second and now home. First pitch up high for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. This one lifted up to shallow right field. Now carrying a little bit deeper. Christensen is underneath it, though. He'll make the catch a couple steps toward the line for out number 3. Joe Strand 2. Steam get their first 0 on the scoreboard as we go to the bottom of the 5th. 9-1-2 due up for Cincinnati. A lot of work to do. 8-1 our score. Back here in just a sec on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Josh Leisure back on the mound. Fires in the first pitch, bouncing in for ball 1 to Gabriel Lopez. Joe's leading 8-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Gabe Lopez getting a second look at Leisure. And watch the slider go by in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to him now. Bottom of the 5th inning here from the Panther Athletic Complex at Elder High School. 1-1. Skips off the plate up into the screen. Would have come right at us. Behind the plate here.
Yeah, still haven't had a chance.
Haven't had one yet.
To make a play.
2-1. Bounced in off home plate for ball 3.
I just want to be famous. That's just all, that's all it is.
All you can ask for in summer collegiate baseball is to go viral once. 3-1. This one chopped up the middle, two-hopping, Lowe over at second. He will fire over to first in time for the out. Sam Lowe came all the way across from short, directly behind the base, catching that one. And, man, he just makes those look so routine sometimes.
Yeah.
Back to the top of the order we go for the third time. Adam Schneider will come up 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of groundouts to first and second on the right side of the infield. Schneider, future teammate of Joe's pitcher Clay Brock. His first pitch going to miss down and away for a ball one. Both transferring into Northern Kentucky to play for the Norse.
Clay Brock, who was playing a little wall ball with Zach Breeden before the game.
1-0 in there for strike one.
Joe's pitchers always having some fun. They're
They're
a
big
real fun group.
wall ball, two ball, whatever it is. 1-1, grounded hard, now getting eaten up by the grass at second. Lester fields and delivers to first. 4 out number 2. 0 for 3 now, Adam Schneider. Tommy Thaman comes up. Nobody on and 2 outs. Despite a pretty clean outing from Josh Leisure, he hasn't been able to get 3 up, 3 down so far. He's faced the minimum twice, but both times via a double play. Seen a base runner in every inning so far for the Steam. First pitch, swinging a foul tip back to the backstop from Thaman. Thaman was GLSCL Player of the Week in Week 1. A little far removed from that, but still having a great season. We mentioned earlier in the season that he was not related to Tyler Thaman, Joe's head coach. We found out later that he is very distantly related. They're not sure how, but they are related somehow, very distantly. 0-1, way off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, with the 2 N's on the name, definitely not something that's...
Yeah, you got to think. 2 Thamans that play baseball in Cincinnati, both Cincinnati natives. 1-1, swing and a miss.
Has to be some correlation.
Yeah, there has to be something there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Leisure winds, kicks, and now deals home. Way off the plate, up and away. 2 and 2. Waste offering there from Josh. Here in the bottom of the 5th, some foreshadowing. We've got some work in the Joe's bullpen. 2-2, fired in. This one lifted up on the left side. Coming over is Grant Miller. Got behind him. He reaches up, though, and makes the catch. Deja vu from yesterday, similar to that catch we saw from him that almost saved the game for the Joes, you could say, in the 10th, as that one was almost exactly the same. Hit over his head into the gap in left center. Somehow, the Ball State Cardinal tracking it down for out number 3. Another 0 on the scoreboard for the team. They continue to trail by 7, 8-1 as we head into the 6th. Middle part of the order due up for the Joes. Nick Wimmers will get them started when we come back. Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Top 6, Joe's looking for more here from the Panther Athletic Complex. 8-1 our score. Hamilton on top. Alex Shea retaking the mound for the Steam. Came in the third inning. Pitched 2/3 in that one and complete innings in the fourth and fifth. He's only given up 1 run so far, and it was unearned. Nick Wimmer is going to get the Joes started. Designated hitter today is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored.
Probably one of the stranger plays you'll see today.
Absolutely. First pitch to him, waiting on it. Lefty on righty, comes low and in for ball 1. Both these teams once again tied for second place right now in the GLSCL South. Next pitch fired in, finds the low outside corner for strike 1. Take a look around the Great Lakes League. Lima Locos knock off the Jetbox Baseball Club 2-1. Muskegon leading Michigan 1-0 in the north. Royal Oak and Sandusky in pregame. Breaking ball up high to make the count 2-1 Nick Wimmers. Jazz and Southern Ohio Copperheads in pregame from Bob Wren. Lima and Jetbox going to play their second game of the doubleheader from Milford High School momentarily, and also Licking County taking on Grand Lake. 2-1 is outside.
Big Mariners fans today.
If Licking County was to lose and this result would hold, the Joes would vault back into first place in the South, with the Xenia Scouts being dormant today.
Yeah, for a brief moment.
And then, as the Joes will be off tomorrow, things could definitely get shaken up as well. 3-1 up high and into Wimmers, so watch it go by for ball 4.
Joes do take on the Scouts Saturday, though, so a battle of fates yet again on another must-win game as they all get crazy down the wire.
Yeah, very important to win those head-to-heads. Joes dropped an unfortunate loss to a team that's in the race yesterday in the Licking County Settlers, but this could be a big win today, and another team that's going after a playoff spot in Cincinnati. Parker Lester comes in 3 for 3 on the day with a runner on first, nobody out. First pitch, way up high from Shea for ball 1 on the breaking ball. Shea has walked 2, struck out 3 after Ty Roeder didn't walk many or strike out any. Only 1 base on balls, 0 Ks, but gave up 10 hits, 7 runs in 2 1/3 innings of work. 1-0 sent in. Grounded foul up the left side into the Steam dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another left-handed pitcher working out there in the Steam bullpen. Pitcher warming up in the Joe's bullpen. Mentioned the foreshadowing what was cut off in the last inning. May see a new face on the mound today for the Joes. We'll get to that. Cross the bridge when we get there. 1-1 to Lester way up high. Was leaning out on it for some reason, though it was over the plate. Still will make the count 2-1 to him, though.
Always a flair for the dramatics. Was revving his engine in the parking lot before the game.
Parker Lester, what a personality he is. 2-1, sent in, down low. Good pick off the ground by Hewen. We'll keep that one in the home plate area, make it 3-1. Lester with some words for Hewen behind the plate, and now having a conversation with the umpire. With Parker Lester, though, he's not a guy that, like, trash talks. You can just tell those conversations. There's no trash talking involved with any of those.
It is probably what's the post-game meal, or
just something.
How hot is it, my goodness, or something else.
Something like that. 3-1, swing and a miss on the outside half from Lester. That'll make the count full to him. Decent-sized lead over there at first from Wimmers on that pitch, probably about 2.5 steps. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The pitch, swing and a miss, or no, rather it's grounded up the middle, fielded by Schneider, and into first for the out. thought Lester swung and missed at that. That ball disappeared in the infield grass, but was just hit straight up the middle as Lester was retired. Again, was just eaten up by that infield grass, meaning there wasn't enough time to get Nick Wimmers, who will advance over to second. First time, though, that Parker Lester has been put down. So now Evan Ulrich comes up with a runner in scoring position and 1 out, but with Alex Shea seemingly with the tank on E, looks like he's going to be pulled out of the game, and indeed will be, as Alex Dickey will take the ball from him. Solid stuff from Alex Shea in 3 complete innings of work, as he really provided some stability to this Steam pitching, was able to hold down the fort for a couple of innings. The Steam still haven't quite found their legs offensively, but all you can ask for when you're down is hanging zeros. That's exactly what Shea did. New pitcher coming on the mound for Cincinnati. When we come back, we'll tell you who it is. Runner on second here in the top of the 6th inning. Joe's leading 8-1 on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. On to the mound will be the Miami Hamilton Harrier for the Cincinnati Steam, as William Stoltz will face off against the crosstown rival, same stadium rival, Hamilton Joe's.
Yeah.
Summer collegiate companion to Miami Hamilton. Stoltz comes in here in the 6th inning with a runner on second and 1 out. Evan Ulrich is the batter. Stoltz is another lefty out there on the mound. Stoltz fires the first pitch in, breaking ball upstairs for ball 1. Alex Shea, with 3 innings of work, is responsible for that runner on second, but so far has only given up 1 run, and it was not earned. Good outing for the UC Bearcat out of the bullpen. Gave up 2 hits. 1-0. This one laced left side, and that's down over the head of a jumping Lopez for a base hit. Wimmers gets the wave. The relay home. It's going to come all the way in and be to the right of the base. Wimmers will slide in safely, an RBI single for Evan Ulrich.
And Evan Ulrich just continues to hit the baseball well. Saw him have a fly out in between these 2 hits, but even yesterday was finding outfield gaps as well. Just doing his good job, gets another RBI.
Scored a run earlier, now drives 1 in. 2 RBIs, or make it 3 now in the game for Evan Ulrich, who leads the Joes in that category in this game. Joes tack on another. 9-1 our score with Casey Fink the batter, runner on first, 1 away. Lefty on lefty. First pitch breaking ball inside for ball 1. Stoltz a lot less velo than the hard-pumping Alex Shea that we saw just a moment ago.
Tail of 2 arms out of that left-handed slot.
1-0 pitch, high breaking ball, way up there at head height. 2 balls and no strikes now to Casey Fink. Now the 2-0. This one's crushed out to right field. Coming in on it, not able to get there is Christensen. It's going to one-hop him. So another single for Casey Fink. 2 singles and a double trend continues. Bennett Clement comes up. Or rather just 3 singles, I believe, now for
just 3,
Casey Fink. Can't read my own handwriting.
Something you should get fixed.
It's been like that all my life.
If you can't read your own, there's a problem. I had a friend who had the worst handwriting.
I got the baseline of my scorebook crossing through the number, which is why it looked like a 2.
I am pretty sure. Shout out Nate Manilis if you're watching this. He wrote in hieroglyphics.
Lifted up by Bennett Clement out to deep center field, back just short of the warning track, and straight away is Barnes. He'll make the catch. Ork going to try to tag to third, and he'll slide in safely, testing the arm out there. Bennett Clement will fly out, but able to advance a runner, put him on the corners now for Sam Lowe.
Not going to lie, when that ball left Barnes' hands, it scared me because that was a seed.
That was a cannon, yep.
Yeah.
Every single time we've seen Barnes in need of making a play out there in center, that ball has come out of his arm with some serious pop. But
down south heat.
Just a little offline. Runners on the corners now for Sam Lowe. First pitch hit on the ground on the left side, and that's just foul to the left of third base. Would have scored a run and probably advanced Wimmers, or Fink rather, over to third.
Fouled by maybe the end of a shoelace.
Very, very close. 14 hits now in the game for the Joes is the most the Steam have allowed this season. It's now the 0-1. Sent in. This one's hit well out to deep left field. Going back is Thaman, and he makes the catch just before the warning track for out number 3. Barreled up by Sam Lowe, but it finds a glove in deep left, and that will retire the side here in the top of the 6th. To the bottom of the inning we go. The Joes add on one more. 9-1 our score. As we'll see who we have on the mound when we get back. You're watching Joes Baseball. It's on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Very anticipated debut for the Joes as Travis Smith takes the mound in relief of Josh Leisure. Travis Smith, the freshman out of the University of Kentucky. Hometown is Walton, Kentucky. Pitching with a lead with the Joes up 9-1 on the Cincinnati Steam. Luke Hewen will be the first batter that he will face. Travis Smith dealt with some injury, looking to pitch this summer to help him work his way back into the fold for the Wildcats, playing in the SEC at Kentucky, but highly, highly touted out of high school, as he was the number 238 overall prospect in the 2021 MLB draft. So he was draft eligible. Number 2 draft eligible player in the state of Kentucky, number 3 prospect in his high school class in the state. First pitch over the outside corner for strike 1 to Luke Hewen.
Saw a couple guys with radar guns before. Kind of want to know what he's pumping here.
0-1, kicking and dealing, that time just off the plate.
Well, the Joes just continue to get SEC talent. We love that. We've come a pipeline here for SEC talent. We'll take them all. Enrique Bradfield, all the lot. Come play for the Hamilton Joes.
1-1, low and in for ball 2. Smith working his way back from Tommy John surgery. 2021 had Tommy John and heart surgery in the same year.
Oh, my goodness.
And is now back on the mound here summer 2022.
Good for him. Battle all the way back to that adversity.
2-1, misses wide, down and away for ball 3. Big frame out there on the mound, 6'5", 220. (19 years of age). Three and 1, the count to Luke Hewen. That pitch comes up and in on him, and he'll take it for ball 4. Saw a gas strike pumped by on the first pitch, but 4 balls afterward from Travis Smith, and the first batter he will face this summer. Runner on first with nobody out. Max Freeze comes up to the plate. Really probably the only member of this Steam lineup you could point to that's had a good day at the plate, as he is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk, reached base in both his plate appearances. First pitch from Smith fouled off. That had some serious firepower behind it, and Freeze looks to be in a little bit of pain as he fouled that one off his leg. Going to take a second to regather his bearings. Steam in the red uniforms. Steams have blues and reds.
I've
the white pants.
never seen the Reds before. That was new.
They've got the Reds nonprofit logo on the side, sponsored of the team. Steam across the front, plain white numbers on the back. Joe's in the blacks. Can't really call them home or road anymore, as the team just kind of picks whatever they want based on the day. 0-1, and that's going to run in and hit him on the shoulder. Freeze in a lot of pain as he will throw the bat and pad over toward the dugout. So that'll put runners on first and second. Not necessarily the way that Travis Smith wanted to start his career in a Joe's uniform. He's pumping. He's got a lot of firepower on those pitches, but just a little bit around the zone right now. The batter is Hayden Christensen. As Smith will step off. And regather, hanging the arm. He'll set in at the belt. First pitch way inside. That'll be evaded by Christensen for ball 1. Christensen 15 for 50 on the year at an even 300. Big swing and a miss on the 1-0 offering. Make it 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike here. Smith's pitch on the way, just atop the zone. A little high for 2 balls and 1 strike. Obviously been a little while since Smith has pitched with everything that has gone on. 2-1. This one grounded over to second. Lester waits on it. Backhand flip on to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Hewen advances to third. But another one now, the third turned by this Joe's defense in this game. That'll bring up William John now with 2 away. William John trying to score that runner from third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. He takes the first pitch in the air on the left side, but it's going to spin out of play and land behind the stands. Thin layer of cloud coverage has now completely covered over the sky, but not anything too threatening as it would seem. 0-1, fired in. Low, trickles between Ulrich's legs. He lost sight of it. It was just behind him. $19 double plays for the Joes this season, but I mean, how many of those have been against Cincinnati? I believe we saw, 4 or 5 in the last meeting against the Steam at Foundation Field. There's 80 or 19 right there. 1-1. This one lifted up on the left side of the infield. Lowe going to call everyone off. Just a couple steps into the outfield grass. He makes the catch, and it's a 0 up on the scoreboard for Travis Smith in his Joe's debut here in the bottom of the 6th. To the 7th we go. Joes need about 2 more, at least, if they're looking for that run rule victory in 7. We'll see if they can get it when we come back. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Joe's 9, Cincinnati 1. Here in the 7th inning, Cal Brazier, the 9-man, going to lead off for the Joes. Only Joe, as we mentioned his last time up, that has not come around to score, as Nick Wimmers in the last inning became the first Joe to score twice. So it's now 9 runs from 8 different members of the lineup. First pitch sent on the way, foul tipped straight back. William Stoltz back on the mound after coming in relief for Alex Shea, who pitched a good 3 innings. coming in an earlier situation for the Steam. 0-1 sent in off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stoltz will nod. Now here's the 1-1. This one hung, and it's lifted super high in the air behind home plate. Ewan tosses the cage aside and is able to make the catch, a little off balance, but did just make that to his right while stumbling for out number 1. Brazier retired for the 3rd time tonight, now 1 for 4. Just took the bat and kind of tamped it down on home plate after that, a little frustrated with himself. Walker Bridges comes up, back to the top of the order we go. Not quite 5 for 5 for Bridges, like he said pregame, but has reached base 3 times now. Officially 1 for 2. First pitch from Stoltz, swing and a miss upstairs for strike 1. Joe's looking to take over first place in the GLSCL South tonight. 0-1. That'll be fired right in there for strike 2, falling down the heart of the plate. Joe's held that first place spot for a long time, a few weeks without a blemish, but just lost it last night for the first time. 2-strike count, lifted up right side in the infield. Camped underneath is John behind first base. He'll make the catch for out number 2. A couple of infield pop-ups from the Joes here in the top of the 7th.
Stoltz was great against us his first time they got the start, I believe, for the first time we saw this team. It just continued to keep rolling here against the Joes.
Grant Miller up to the plate. Hitless on the day, looking for that first one. Did reach on an error and scored the only run for the Joes in the 4th. Stoltz takes a breath and now pitching from the windup. First offering, swing and a miss for strike 1. Stoltz working those pitches up high very well so far here in the 7th. Joe's with 9 runs off 14 hits, 1 error. Cincinnati 1-1-1 runs, hits, and errors. They've left 2 on base. So that one misses off the plate, or rather 3. Pardon. 1-1 count to Grant Miller. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch inside. This one's hit out into center field. Coming over and having to play it on the 1-hop is Barnes. Miller aboard for the 2nd time tonight. First hit for him. That'll bring up Nick Wimmers.
And now just one Joe waiting to join the hit parade. And Bennett Clement.
Bennett has reached base once, but 0 for 3. Nick Wimmers up with a runner on first and 2 down. He's 1 for 3. Ground outs to short and first. Walk and a single. Both times he's reached base, he's come around to score. 2-step lead for Grant Miller at first. Lefty William Stoltz pitching from the stretch. First offering. Runs in and finds the inside corner for strike 1. Nick Wimmers continuing to bat right-handed. Started off in the lefty box against Ty Roeder, and then had to switch to the other side to face Alex Shea, and now William Stoltz. 0-1 over the plate, fouled straight back. Continuing to bounce off that lively backstop here at the Panther Athletic Complex. Saw that come into play earlier on a wild pitch where the ball bounced back in almost an instant to Luke Hewen behind the plate. That time the foul ball came all the way back right behind home plate. 0-2 the count to Wimmers. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball up high. Hewen pumps to first as a big secondary lead was provided by Grant Miller. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 7:15 current time here in Cincinnati. In a decently fast-moving game. One, 2 to Wimmers. Runner goes. This one's grounded left side, but foul. So Wimmers will stay alive in the box. Still not much wind out there. Flag being lifted ever so slightly off the pole with some left to right blowing. but not really anything too strong. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Wimmers can't connect. That's strike 3. And the Joes will strand Grant Miller on first. Back-to-back zeros up for them now after scoring in each of the first 4 innings. Or rather, a 0 followed by a 1 in the 6th, and another one here in inning number 7. So to the bottom of the 7th we go. Time to stretch here in Cincinnati. Steam need a little bit of life. Maybe we'll see if they can provide it. So it looks like Travis Smith's going to be back out on the mound for a second inning of work when we return. Joe's Baseball live here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Harrison Barnes going to lead off for the Cincinnati Steam, bottom of the 7th inning. Barnes has reached base twice tonight, but hitless with a walk and a fielder's choice. Some little Uzi Vert as he strides up to the lefty box. First pitch off the plate from Travis Smith, who's back on the mound. The right-hander missing outside for ball 1.
Definitely a little swag walking up to the box right now.
Now the 1-0 offering, fouled straight back. One ball, one strike. Smith fires home, breaking ball up and away. 2-1, bases empty. Joe's leading 9-1. And a team that has been starved for offense the past few games. So that one's jammed on the left side and just going to be foul. Joe's kind of took a hiatus from lacking offense in that game against the Richmond Jazz, but just timely offense hasn't been there throughout this losing streak. 2-2. Big breaking ball off the plate for ball 3.
Yeah, we saw pitching, and we saw hitting, and then we saw the hitting come back in the Jazz game, but the pitching was kind of falling by the wayside, so couldn't quite get both sides to kind of mesh together.
So the 3-2 is going to miss up high on the fastball for ball 4. Barnes aboard for the 3rd time tonight. Well, yeah, it just always seemed like a one or the other thing. In that game against Richmond, the bats were really working. The Joes were able to find some gloves. But the pitching wasn't quite there. Corey Miley strides into some dancing queen, some disco dance at second base from Parker Lester. Runner on first, nobody out.
Love a bit of ABBA here.
First pitch fastball just missed for ball 1. Travis Smith shaking his head. Wanted that one on the inside corner. Pitching from the stretch here is the righty. Deals home. This one just trickling foul on the left side over to the third base coach, Alex Dickey. Now a ball boy going to run out of the Steam dugout to retrieve. Smith going to go get some rosin. Field did not seem to be too wet despite the conditions from yesterday where there was a lot of rain in the Southwest Ohio area. Big slider catches the outside corner. Probably the best pitch we've seen from Travis Smith so far.
I think it's disgusting.
That one just hooked into the outside corner. Got about halfway to the plate. You could see the movement became a lot more dramatic. 1-2 the count to Corey Miley. Smith deals down and away on the fastball. 2-2. Smith deals home. This one swung on and missed, and losing the bat, Corey Miley went flying out of his hand toward the steam dugout. It's tough to see what happened even on that play. As the bat drew the attention, but it was a swing and miss for Corey Miley on the pitch up and in. First strikeout recorded for Travis Smith.
I feel like you should add something on the scorecard for a lost bat.
Lost bat?
Yeah. K sword or
K sword.
Tornado. I don't know, something.
K. Put Pine Tar on the shopping list.
KPT. K for K and then PT for
Pine Tar. Set a reminder. Blake Bazeo going to pinch hit for Gabe Lopez. First pitch slider misses down low for ball one. Runner on first and one out. Mentioned a couple times on the broadcast that Bazeo is another Miami Redhawk and roommate of fellow Miami infielder Parker Lester, who plays for the Joes over there at second base right now. Big cut and a miss on the 1-0 fastball.
It's the first time we've seen him in a couple of games against the Steam team, but is absolutely rapid on the base paths.
Very, very quick. Last time we saw him was also as a pinch hitter, as this one's going to be shot out to right field, going over Casey Fink. He's not going to get there. It gets down just to the left of the line. Extra bases, racing into third, getting the wave to come home. Fink had trouble getting that one in. Now the play at the plate is going to be in time to get Harrison Barnes.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought that one was not put in well by Casey Fink, but that was because the ball was in the air and Fink was just stuck out there in the corner. Barnes had a lot of speed with a full head of steam coming around third, but that play was not very close. So the Joes made it in plenty of time to cut him down. It's a double for Blake Bazeo, but no RBI. And now 2 outs in the inning.
Defense all the way around both sides today. The outfield coming in clutch on both sides with Harrison Barnes showing off the arm, and now Casey Fink getting a chance to show off that left-handed cannon himself.
Back to the top of the order, Adam Schneider will watch the first pitch up high for ball one. Schneider hitless on the day, 0 for 3. One-0, pitch on the way, and that'll miss down and away for ball two. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Joe's has plenty of cushion. Up by 8. Keeping an eye closely on the other games around the league. That time, Smith will find the zone on the outside half. Fastball called strike one. Game that matters in the top of the first, Licking County leading Grand Lake 1-0. Settlers strike first. 2-1 lifted up out of play. As that one actually caught the screen. Screen here is super high behind home plate. Almost unnecessarily, you think. But saves a lot of baseballs from going into the parking lot. It's out of our vision, though, here in the press box. It's that high. 2-2 the count to Adam Schneider. Here's the pitch. Fouled back.
I'd like to get an official number on how tall that is. But
Yep. A lot of bells and whistles at this park. We mentioned how nice of a facility it is to have here at Elder High School, members of the GCL South. Two, fouled off again.
State champions in 2005, as we did see coming in.
Yep, GCL South, all boys conference of 4 Catholic schools here in Cincinnati. Very, very prestigious, very athletically strong. So those schools regularly produce state champions in basically every sport that's sponsored by the OHSAA. You're probably going to get a state champion out of the conference. Throwing the hands at that one. It's pushed out of play on the left side. Elder football state champions a few years ago. Kyle Rudolph, famous football alum, NFL tight end. Beautiful football stadium just down the road. It's not here at the Panther Athletic Complex. It's its own separate entity. The Pit seats 10,000, featured on ESPN a few years ago.
We went hunting for it before the game, but it wasn't there.
This one's lined into left. Coming in is Miller diving. He makes the catch. Another web gem from Grant Miller, who continues to shine in left field. And it's another 0 on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 7th, as the Steam just can't seem to catch a break. Joes are rolling into the 8th. We go. They'll look to extend upon this 9-1 lead when we come back. Joes Baseball live here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Penultimate inning here in Cincinnati. 8th inning on the way. Parker Lester will lead off for the Joes, leading 9-1. All Hamilton so far in this one. Here on a good Thursday evening for baseball. Very nice weather here. Cloud coverage has lowered the brightness a little bit on the field, but still no rain to speak of. Back on the mound is William Stoltz. First pitch, high arching breaking ball, catches the top of the zone to Lester, who is a bit taken aback by that. Lester is 3 for 4, was put out for the first time in his last at-bat on a ground out to short in the 6th inning. 0-1, gone after, lifted up, left side of the infield. Bazeo underneath it. He makes the catch for out number 1. The roommate-to-roommate connection.
That's going to be a fun one tonight, I'm sure.
I believe, I'd have to check, but in Bazeo's pinch hit opportunity last time, I believe he grounded out to Lester.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was.
So it goes both ways. Evan Ulrich up with the bases empty and 1 down. Stoltz fires in, up and away. 4-1. Joe's looking to take over first place. According to the league site, they were ahead of Licking County on a technicality today, so maybe if they won this game, they would be first regardless. So that one's fouled back by Ulrich. 1 ball and 1 strike. Three 0 in the first. Licking County over Grand Lake right now from Montgomery Field. Mariners with some work to do already from the start. But nonetheless, regardless of what happens, the Joes would be in playoff position if this score was to hold. That pitch misses way up and away for ball 2 to Evan Ulrich.
That's all you can ask at the end of the day. Just make the postseason. And then once that happens, everything else can be taken care of by itself.
Joe's last year, we're not in first at the All-Star break. We're actually in second place to the Richmond Jazz. The 2-1 swung on and missed over the outside half on the breaking ball by Ulrich, even the count at 2-2. Joe's took that first place spot back over in the final 2 weeks and then would sweep the Jazz in the first round of the playoffs. 2-2 to Ulrich. He hits this one on the right side. That's going to get down in the gap for at least one. Ulrich with a hard round around first. Stumbled a little bit. Barnes fires in, but it's not going to be in time. That one actually got over the head of Schneider. But Ulrich will stick over there at second. It's a double. Good on Evan to test the arm of Harrison Barnes out there, who's been very, very good in center field so far. But the risk pays off as he's into scoring position now with one out. Caden Konzak going to come up for the Joes. He will pinch hit for Casey Fink. Runner on second, one out. First pitch delayed. Now on the way to Konzak. Breaking ball finds the inside corner for strike one. So 0-1 the count to Konzak. From the stretch, Stoltz is set just above the belt. Looks back at second, now home. 1-0, waiting on it. That one's lifted up in the middle of the infield. Schneider right on second base is going to make the catch. Konzak saw that first breaking ball from Stoltz, was able to wait on it the second time, but just popped it up off the top of the bat. Bennett Clement coming up to the plate, looking for his first hit on the day. Stoltz fires home. That one's down low. Hewen quickly up with it. Ulrich stays at second, ball one. Sam Lowe on deck for the Joes. He's 3 for 4. Hamilton trying to add on to a 9-1 lead. (1-0) sent in. This one grounded on the left side, and it's going to be a foul ball. Another one that is right toeing that tightrope on the left side up the line, and both times Joe's a little unfortunate to have it bounce foul.
Just barely.
16 hits in the game for Hamilton. So they're now making their way through the lineup for the 5th time. Stoltz set, readying for the 1-1 to Clement. Here's the pitch. That one's down in the dirt. Make it a 2-1.
We talked about it in his last at bat. Is the only Joe currently to not reach base via a hit. Looking to change that fortune right here.
Was hit by a pitch his first time up. 0 for 3 since. 2-1. Stoltz nods. Brings the glove down to the belt. Here's the pitch. On the way, it's inside. Ball 3. So 3-1, well ahead in the count here is Bennett Clement. Sam Lowe looking to maybe add to his RBI tally in the next at-bat. 3-1 pitch. Up high, this is taken in the air on the right side of the infield. Hewen coming over on it, or rather John in foul territory, and he'll make the catch just short of the base for out number 3. Joes get a one-out base runner, but nothing doing from the pinch hitter Caden Konzak and Bennett Clement, who both pop out to opposite sides of the infield as we close out things here in the top of the 8th. To the bottom of the inning we go. Thaman, Hewen, Freeze. Batters due up for the steam. Still chasing 8. 9-1 our score. You're from Cincinnati. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. New pitcher into the game for the Joes in the bottom of the 8th inning to face Thaman, Hewen, Freeze. Probably the best part of this steam order. New pitcher for the Joes is Jack Rutz. Lefty out of Tiffin University, Westchester, Ohio. Face off against the lefty Tommy Thaman. Joe's leading 9-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Thaman goes after the first pitch, hits it really deep to left, but looking to be underneath it is Miller. He'll make the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Rutz. Second straight fly out to left for Thaman. That time a little more routine to Grant Miller's. Last time he had to make a really tough play on it. Luke Hewen comes up to the plate. Base is empty, 1 out. First pitch on the way, and it misses outside for ball 1. Rutz, left-handed pitcher. Interesting, though, that he bats right-handed. We've seen a lot lately, especially in the past few years, with guys throwing right-handed but batting left-handed just to kind of change things up a little bit and make for a different look. But that's an interesting combo, lefty-righty. 1-0 misses down and away.
Yeah, normally you like to throw right so you can play anywhere on the field. You're not just pigeonholed to the outfield.
Yep.
Or first base.
But then, of course, good to have those left-handed bats for that versatility.
Yeah.
2-0 pitch, down and in, look out, and that hit him on the foot. Luke Hewen will advance on to base for the second time. Hit by pitch. I'm interested. I never obviously played baseball at a high level, but would be interested to see about the recruitability of left-handed batters, because got to imagine that for a player coming out of high school, maybe batting left-handed could help your case a little bit in terms of getting recruited potentially.
Yeah, yes and no. I would have to say. I think if you hit the ball well, you hit the ball well. I think that's all college coaches are gonna Well, I think when you think about draft eligibility, I think left and right kind of comes into play a little bit more.
First pitch down and into Max Freeze.
But I'm not entirely sure about college.
Nonetheless, interesting for lefty-righty. Jack Rutz came in yesterday. As that pitch is bounced in, actually gets by Ulrich. He lost sight of it, now will regain it on the eyes as it's behind home plate. Ewan advances over to second. Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, that Rutz got a BP pitch from Tyler Thaman as he begged and begged and begged for a chance to hit. And Tyler said never again after he gave him one right down the middle and Rutz rolled over it. And we're talking about that today. That one grounded hard on the left side, but foul. Great athletic play over there by Alex Dickey. Jumped over it, third base coach for the Steam.
Had heat.
Right between the legs. Giving him the business over there in the Steam broadcast booth about going after that ball. We talk about Tyler Thaman loves those, but Alex Dickey getting out of the way. That one would have hurt. That definitely would have stung. 2-1 breaking ball swung on and missed by Freeze.
Well, two coaches good at what they do. You mentioned Ryan Finnerty, great at rubbing up the balls before the game, and Thaman phenomenal at fielding his position over there in the third base coach box. So I don't know. Hard to find two coaches that aren't excellent at what they do here.
2-2 misses down low. Got to think Tyler Thaman would have been a great old-time baseball player before gloves existed, playing with the bare hands.
Or just like the smallest piece of leather that they used to put on their hands.
Just a little piece of fabric. 3-2 bounces low, and Freeze is going to work the walk all the way back. That'll put runners on first and second. So don't want to give the Steam too much here if you're Jack Rutz. You've got one out. It's a Steam team that's hit into a bunch of double plays already today. And might I add, with how thick the infield grass is, very surprising to hit into as many double plays as they have. It takes a long time to field ground balls here. First pitch bounced into Christensen, and it gets by Evan Ulrich to the backstop. That'll put him on second and third, so the forced play is eliminated.
As quickly as it's brought up, it is shot down.
Hayden Christensen is 0 for 2. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. One and 0. Rutz deals a breaking ball low. 2-0 count.
That is wild pitch number 2 in the inning.
Now the 2-0 finds the outside corner for strike one. Joe's infield unconcerned with the runner on third. Going to stay in their normal spots. With that 8-run lead, just trying to get the outs. That one bounces in on Evan Ulrich. He blocks it. Rutt's going to jog in to cover home, but Ulrich just grabs that one next to the circle of dirt around home plate. Count is 3-1 to Hayden Christensen. Rutt's been a little wild, leads the team in wild pitches now this season. Trying to rein it in here, 3-1 count. Pitch to Christensen on the way, inside ball 4. Base is loaded, 1 out. We're going to see a mound visit as Tyler Thaman will come out. Should be noted that we talked about Thaman usually comes out to take the baseball, but he's the only coach here today for the Joes. Ryan Finnerty out day to day.
Little sickness, so yes, day to day.
So the situation, bases loaded, 1 out. Jack Rutz got the fly out to left on one pitch that was barreled up by Tommy Thaman. Since then, he hit Hewen, walked Freeze, and walked Christensen. Will John going to come up to the plate? He's looking for his first hit. First time aboard as he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a pair of pop-outs to Sam Lowe at short. Joe's met the whole infield. Now it's going to break up.
Ride it with Rutz. Just one pitch away with how good this defense has been.
And there is a pitcher warming up in the Joe's bullpen now. Was not one before that mound visit. William John up to the plate. First pitch from Rutz. Breaking ball on the outside half for strike one.
There you go. After the mound visit, just fill the zone. Get yourself a double play.
Pumped it in there on the first pitch. Lefty here. Rutz fires in, swing and a miss.
There it is.
Fastball down and away in the dirt. John goes chasing. First time we've seen Rutz ahead in a count now. It's 0-2. Rutz kicks and deals. That one bounces in past Ulrich. Play at the plate potentially, but Ulrich just lost it on the bare hand. Awkward slide there from Luke Hewen, who just kind of barrel rolled over home plate. Got all kinds of dirt over himself, covering almost his whole body. But does the job as the second run for the Steam comes in. Base runners on second and third now as Freeze and Christensen advance 90 feet.
Wild pitch number 3 of the inning.
1-2 count to William John. He grounds this one on the right side and just past Parker Lester. Stop sign at third as the ball now gets away out in right from Konzak. Will allow Christensen, after getting the sign, to come in. 2-run score for Cincinnati. Parker Lester was playing a little more up the middle there, and it just got by him on the right side. And so now 9-4 our score. Steam clawing their way back, 3 in the inning. First pitch down and away to Harrison Barnes. Barnes has reached base 3 times, but 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice on the day. 1-0 from Rutz, fired in. That'll miss for ball 2. Steam knocking on the door, looking for more. Bottom 8. 2-0 count, the pitch. Low and away. Ball 3. Not too much work so far for Barnes in the box. Looking for his 3rd straight walk. Mentioned pitching with that lead. All you want to do is just not give the other team anything, make them earn it. 3-0 in the same spot. Almost 4 identical pitches from Jack Rutz will walk Harrison Barnes and put runners on first and second.
It is Frank Sinatra.
Fly me to the moon. Corey Miley up to the plate, first and second. 1 out. Rutz just looking to get out of the inning. Steam have 5 outs to work with, need 5 runs. First pitch, low and in, gets away from Ulrich. He's got a play at third. It's a good throw, but not in time. John to third, Barnes to second. Another wild pitch, number 4 from Rutz on the inning.
Just the one thing he can't do. Walks are one thing, free bases with runners on is a completely other thing.
1-0, dives into the dirt for ball 2.
And I honestly can't remember the last time Rutz found the zone except for maybe when John singled.
Two-0 pitch. Breaking ball finally finds the inside corner for strike 1. Two and 1 to Corey Miley. Quickly into the windup. Here comes. This one trickles out of the glove of Ulrich, but he recovers quickly. And so no move to come home. That time, not a wild pitch.
Yeah,
that one's on Ulrich.
Yeah, that one almost destined to be a pass ball.
As that one got away from his glove. But lucky for him, he reacted extremely quickly.
I think also when you're jumping around trying to save balls left and right, I think you might be a little tired behind the plate.
3-1 to Miley. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped it, actually, back into Ulrich. Count is full. Rutz really needing a big punch here. second and third.
My summer ball coach would always at this point just say, throw it down the middle, see how far they can hit it.
3-2 pitch. And it's called strike 3 on the inside half. On the breaking ball. Miley doesn't like it as he started to back away from it. That one must have just caught the plate. It's a big punch on the backwards K from Jack Rutz. And now a crucial 2 outs in the inning as we get the 9-man Blake Bazeo making his second at-bat.
First strikeout of the season for Jack Rutz.
First pitch to Bazeo off the outside corner. One ball and no strikes. One and 0. Rutz fires this one in. Little looper, shallow on the right side. Calling off and making the catch is Parker Lester. He definitely wanted that one after he popped out to Bazeo earlier, emphatically calling off Brazier. But most importantly, it will end the rally and put out the fire for now for the Joes as we head to the top of the 9th. Looking for a little more insurance. The Joes' gap is a little narrower now, 9-4, as we head to inning number 9. 8-9-1 due up. Sam Lowe will lead off for the Joes when we come back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Well, stay tuned. Hold your horses. This looked like maybe a run rule game going into the 7th, but a couple of zeros on the Joes side and a 3-run bottom of the 8th have made a game. So we're here in the 9th. 9-4, Joe still with a pretty comfortable lead. One last chance to add on to this. Sam Lowe will lead off. Facing off against William Stoltz back on the mound for Cincinnati. First pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1. Great game for Sam Lowe, 2 singles and a double. Flew out to left his last time up. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses the top of the zone. One ball, one strike. Stoltz nods. Winds and fires in. Breaking ball upstairs. Grabbed by Hewen. 2 balls and a strike now. Another 2-1 breaking ball that'll miss on the outside half for ball 3. A lot of high breaking balls from Stoltz to begin this inning. So we get a 3-1 pitch on the way. That time a fastball, but it'll miss up high for ball 4. Sam Lowe aboard for the 4th time today. That'll bring up Cal Brazier, 9th hitter in the Joes lineup. Around the GLSCL, Lima defeated Jetbox in game 1 of the doubleheader 2-1. Those two teams tied in the bottom of the 3rd from Milford High School in game 2. Muskegon leading Michigan 5-4 in the top of the 6th. In the top of the 4th, Royal Oak leading Sandusky 2-1 from Sports Force Park. A few games going on in the south as well. Runner on first, nobody out. First pitch to Cal Brazier on the way. This one grounded left side, and that's through into the outfield for a base hit. One pitch and a single for Cal Brazier. In his first and likely last at-bat of the game, Cal gets a base knock, now 2 for 5 on the day. Back to the top of the order we go for Walker Bridges. Runners on first and second now. Got an odd pause as the corner infielders came in a little bit to talk to the pitcher, but now Walker Bridges will be able to stand in. Around the South Division, Southern Ohio leading Richmond 3-0 on the bottom of the 3rd from Bob Wren Stadium. Licking County on top of Grand Lake in the top of the 2nd. 3-0 the score there from Salina. That's the game to keep your eyes on if you're a fan of the Joes. First pitch to Walker Bridges, swing and a miss. Little out in front on the pitch off the outside corner for strike 1. Oh and 1. Bridges with 1 hit so far today. He's 1 for 3. That pitch will miss low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Saw William Stoltz pitch pretty well against the Joes last time he came out against them, but struggling a little bit here in the 9th. Back-to-back base runners. 1-1. Breaking ball. This one's lifted out into right. Coming in on it, Christensen now pushing toward the line. He reaches up and makes the catch. Tagging from 2nd to 3rd is Lowe. He will dig in there safely. Christensen kind of lost that one about halfway up in the air. Was able to retrack and regather near the line for out number 1. Lowe moves over to 3rd. Brazier staying on first. Runners on the corners as Grant Miller stands in. Miller an all-star selection for the Joes. Once again, all-star game next Tuesday from Prasco Park. 7:05 start. If you're local, come on out. If not, we'll have the stream on the GLSCL Meritix page. Blake and Cade Williamson on the pregame. First pitch down and in, bouncing to Grant Miller for ball 1. We'll have the call with Ed Contos and Andrew Allison. It's 7:05, 10-inning game. We'll see a new pitcher in every inning on both sides as the North pitted against the South. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on the breaking ball, or strike 1. Really fun event put on there at Prasco Park. Free admission, free concessions, free food trucks. Everything's free out there.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time.
Great time for sure.
Being there all day, especially with the food.
All day food.
And all day baseball. Like,
all day
what
baseball.
more could you ask?
Love it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch into Miller, misses up high. Pump over at first from Hewen, won't go. But yeah, there will be events going on for the majority of the day, as in the early afternoon they'll get started with the showcase where the alternates who will not be playing in the game will get to work out in front of MLB scouts. So the 2-1 pitch falls in there for strike 2 to Miller. A lot of MLB scouts in attendance every year at the GLSCL All-Star Game. Great place to scout out future talent. They'll get to hit batting practice with the wood bats, of course, very important in the professional game. Run 60-yard dash, do some fielding drills in front of those pro scouts, and then, of course, the All-Star is going to get to play in the game. 2-2, swing and a miss on the outside half. Good pitch there from William Stoltz on the breaking ball. We'll record the second out of the inning. And so now Nick Wimmers will come in with first and third. Joe's looking for a little more. Joe's 9 runs on 17 hits with 2 errors. And for Cincinnati, 4 runs on just 3 hits, 1 error. First pitch on the way to Nick Wimmers. He goes after it. Softly hit ground ball right at the pitcher's mound as that one's underhand flipped by Stoltz to John, and it'll retire the side here in the top of the ninth. 3 outs left for the Steam to work with, trying to put together a bigger rally than the one we saw in the last inning. Joe's leading 9-4, looking to close it out and snap the streak into the off day. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Bottom of the ninth here from Cincinnati. Joe's looking to close the door on this one and go into the off day happy, snap this 4-game losing streak, and hopefully move up into first place in the GLSCL South after tonight. Top of the order due up. Adam Schneider will come to the plate in bottom 9 to face off against the new pitcher, Shea Hendrickson, for the Joes. Jack Rutz goes 1 inning, gives up 3 runs, 2 earned, walked 3, struck out 1, gave up 1 hit, and hit a batter. First pitch from Hendrickson on the way. On the inside half, called strike 1.
Full line for Jack Rutz. Everything you can ask for on your bingo card.
1 in every column,
Yeah.
at least. 0-1, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Good pitch from Hendrickson. Schneider down 0-2, making his 5th plate appearance. He's 0 for 4 so far. Had his best chance last time as he hit 1 to left. This time he'll ground 1 to second. Charging in is Lester, down on the ground. Sidearm over to first. Closer play, but still retired is Adam Schneider. So the leadoff man for the Steam goes 0 for 5. Tommy Thaman coming up to the plate, another guy who's 0 for 3 at-bats for him, no hits. Did walk in the first inning. First pitch misses down and away to Thaman, 4-1. Average going to be a little down for Thaman after this one. Sat at 338 prior to this. So that one falls low for ball 2. Two-0 pitch from Hendrickson on the way, and it'll miss, or rather catch the zone in a similar spot just caught the bottom inside corner just a bit. Enough to convince the home plate umpire and make the count 2-1. Wind is picked up right to left a little bit now. Breaking ball pitch misses atop the zone. Starting to get a little dark here in Cincinnati. Once again, no lights at this field, which is why we had the early start.
Long game in general.
3-1 pitch. This one grounded over to short, slow rolling to Sam Lowe, but a seat on to first for out number 2. Steam down to their final out. That's a ball that probably could have played out differently had it not been on the infield, but just a great example as it just died rolling up the middle. Luke Hewen up to the plate. Has reached base his last 2 times up, was hit with 1 out in the last inning. First pitch breaking ball almost hit him again. He ducks out of the way for ball 1. Hewen 0 for 2. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play and flew out to right. One 0 pitch. Misses up high, pops out of the glove of Ulrich. So through all this, seen a lot of free base runners between the hit batters and walks from Joe's pitching, but just 3 hits so far for Cincinnati.
It's felt like more with how many base runners we've seen, but it's been a good job.
Yep.
Very good job from this Joe's pitching staff. Return to form.
2-0. Hendrickson winds and deals. Swing and a miss. Big cut there from Hewen on the pitch up the middle for strike 1. Two balls and 1 strike. As that one swung on and missed for strike 2. Steam down to their final strike. 2s across the board. Ball strikes and outs. Hendrickson readying for the pitch to Hewen. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Joes end it with an emphatic strikeout from Shea Hendrickson as they close out a big win on the road. Some slam dunks throughout the infield and outfield as the Joes take this one by a 9-4 score over the rival Cincinnati Steam. Joes will improve to 15-12 on the season and for the moment take over first place in sole possession in the GLSCL South. Cincinnati falls to 14-13 as this will break the tie between the few teams. Winning pitcher in this one is going to be Josh Leisure. Went 5 innings, only gave up 1 run off of 1 hit with a pair of strikeouts and a huge offensive effort. Steam give up a team-high 17 hits against in the loss today. Well, Blake, we talked about throughout that losing streak for the Joes, it just seemed like it was one or the other. Were you going to get pitching today or were you going to get hitting today? Joes got back to business and they got both.
Yeah, great return to form from both sides of the ball. Looking to keep that forward, roll it into the off day, and then take it against the Scouts on Saturday. Another big game for the Joes.
Absolutely. Joes will have the off day and then be back on Saturday at Foundation Field for a 7:05 start. First pitch there from Foundation at the normal time. Coverage will begin, of course, at 6:45 p.m. on another fun night of baseball in Hamilton as this team continues to battle in what's going to be a ride till the very end in the GLSCL South. Stay with us. We'll have the Casual Pint postgame as we wrap things up here from Cincinnati. Joes win it on a Thursday, 9-4 your final. We'll be back with the Casual Pint postgame in just a moment.
Back up here at Elder High School after a big win for the Joes after righting the ship, losing 4 games in a row, now getting a big win against the Steam. I'm joined by Sam Lowe, shortstop tonight for the Joes. Sam, a big win to kind of right the ship. It was kind of a mini slide for the Joes. How important was tonight?
Tonight felt good. I'm sure, a lot of the boys in the lineup felt good. We had a lot of multi-hit days today. Our pitching was good. We played sound D, and, they threw 2 really competitive arms at us early, and, we took it to them. We hit the ball hard, and, it was a good 9 innings today, and it really is going to set us in the right direction for the next couple weeks.
Speaking about good ABs, you had 3 hits tonight. What was kind of the mindset coming into tonight for yourself to just kind of propel yourself to a good day?
Personally, I've been spinning off some things, so I was trying to stay gap to gap tonight, and, found myself down in the count a few times, and I was just looking for something over the plate to hit well, so I just kind of stuck with that, and, it worked out for me.
We haven't had you on the post-game show yet. I haven't had a chance to talk about your defense, which it seems every time you're out on the field, it's always something dazzling, something fantastic. What is it about the defense that you kind of excel at?
Well, I think I have a pretty good first step, and I have good range. I'm a lanky guy, so I use my strides to my advantage, and I can get to balls pretty quick. And, over the past couple of years playing college ball, I've been working on my arm strength, and I think that's starting to improve a lot. So, I'm able to make more plays in the 6-hole and up the middle, getting rid of the ball quick.
Well, enjoy your day off tomorrow. Congratulations on the win today. We'll see you out in Foundation Field on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll bring Luke Westpoli back on the post-game shows. The Joes take a big win, 9-4, beating the Cincinnati Steam. A very much-needed win for the Joes tonight. Luke, we talked about it as the game ended. It just seemed like all facets were firing tonight.
Yeah, firing on all cylinders really from the start. The Joes got 1 in that first inning. You thought, that's a good start, but we saw that in that Richmond game, and things can certainly go back and forth. But, the good thing was that the hitting continued, and we talked about a little bit in the break that Josh Leisure just continues to roll. Every time he's on the mound, he's just a shutdown type pitcher, whether it's striking guys out, which he didn't really do a lot of today, or just getting outs in general. You just know that whenever Leisure is on the mound, he's just not going to give up anything big momentum-wise, and he's going to put up a really low number on the scoreboard for you on the other side. And that just really gives you a good chance to win. Tonight, the Joes' bats were really firing, as you mentioned. Good to see that. Pitching and hitting really on, and that's just a recipe for success straight up.
Well, the Joes will take on the Xenia Scouts on Saturday. Have an off day tomorrow as we sit and kind of scoreboard watch a little bit. The Lincoln County Settlers were up on the Grand Lake Mariners 3-0 a couple of minutes ago. We'll look forward to seeing the Scouts play tomorrow and see how that result kind of hangs out, and we will see how important the game is on Saturday, but almost do or die for the Joes at this point. It's getting to that time where you got to start stringing together wins, and we'll look forward to keep seeing some more wins up on the board.
Absolutely. Always look forward to those.
Well, from everyone here who makes this production possible, thank you so much for tuning in through sort of the connectivity issues, through all the problems we've had today. I really appreciate you guys choosing to watch us and stick with us. But from everyone here, thank you so much for watching. I'm Blake Griffin, signing off.